you're not walking out of this courtroom today. Either you're going to be going to prison or either you're going to be going to inpatient treatment. You're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
They will come back a positive.
Positive for what?
Methamphetamine. I just do it when I'm under stress. So I know I have a problem and I don't do it like around my children. I don't do it, every day. It's just, when I'm under stress and I was, really scared. So, and really under stress. So I don't do it when I go to work. I don't do it, every day, like I said.
I'm going to find her guilty, sentence her to.
Alright guys, today we've got a classic courtroom showdown, but with a twist. A mother is facing serious federal drug dealing charges, and the stakes are high. She's looking at 6 years in prison after authorities found a large stash of drugs on her. Here's the wild part. She's straight up telling the judge, "I only do it sometimes." Yeah, you heard that right, sometimes. Now, she actually comes across as pretty genuine, but let's be real, is that really going to fly in federal court? I don't think so. Still, it's definitely one of those moments that makes you stop and think. What do you guys think? Is she being honest? Do you think the judge will show her any leniency? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love reading what you all have to say. And if you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, let's dive in.
We're here for sentencing today. According to the plea bargain agreement, she pled no contest to count 2 of the indictment. She applied for deferred adjudication. The state is proceeding only on count 2 according to the plea bargain agreement. Punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison, and the state is silent on the defendant's application. The court requested that the defendant's criminal history be provided to the court. There were no objections to the court receiving that from the state. Is that correct?
Correct.
And any objections to the court reviewing that?
No, Judge, of course not.
All right. The state is silent. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, of course, Ms. Torres is hoping you'll grant her application for deferred. She's in self-employed cleaning houses. She has several customers that rely on her. She has a few kids. She's just asking for the court to maybe direct her to some outpatient treatment because she believes she needs some help with this problem. And other than that, again, she's just hoping you'll grant her application.
All right. You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Missy Ann Torres.
All right. So you're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
They will come back a positive.
Positive for what?
Methamphetamine.
All right. So how often are you using meth?
I only do it when I'm under stress, and I did it because I could get denied for adjudication, so
I'm sorry, what?
I could get denied the application, so I just do it when I'm under stress. So I know I have a problem, and I don't do it like around my children. I don't do it, every day. It's just when I'm under stress and I was really scared, so and really under stress. So I don't do it when I go to work. I don't do it every day, like I said.
I'm calling BS on this one. Seriously, when have you ever heard of a meth addict who only does meth occasionally? That just sounds like total cap to me. Now, I've never personally messed with a drug that intense, so I can't say 100%, but from everything I've ever heard, meth is insanely addictive. It's not exactly something people casually dabble in on the weekends. So the fact that she's claiming it's just a sometimes thing? Yeah, that's super hard to believe. And if she is lying, that means there's a real chance she's getting high around her kids, and that's just seriously messed up. Kids deserve a stable, loving environment, and from what we're seeing, it doesn't sound like her children are getting that. Those kids deserve better. I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh, but it really feels like she's just trying to manipulate the system and tug at the judge's heartstrings. I get that everyone's innocent until proven guilty and all that, but let's be honest, 99% of the time, it's all just a bunch of excuses. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear your take on this. Alright, let's jump back into it.
So how many children do you have?
I have 3.
What are their ages?
11, 8, and 5.
And where are they now?
Two of them are with their dad and one is with my grandma.
All right. With your grandmother, so their great grandmother?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, do you help take care of your children?
Yes.
How
I-
often?
I see them every other weekend and, I don't pay child support, but I pay them. My exes and, I have my daughter. My daughter is, with me.
No, you just said your daughter is with the
Yeah,
great
but I
grandmother.
live with my grandmother, this was it.
All right.
So I help take care of, she
All right.
helps me take care of her.
Okay. So one, I don't think it's appropriate for you to be cleaning houses
Okay.
because of the nature of this offense. And two, I don't think it's appropriate for you right now to be taking care of your children.
That's why I'm asking for help, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what?
That's why I was asking for help, Your Honor. That's why.
All right, your help is not going to be outpatient treatment if I grant this application for deferred adjudication. So you're going into custody today.
Okay.
All right. So it's just a matter of what I'm going to do with you. I will tell you the court's issue, and if you want to address this, I know the state is proceeding on count 2 of possession, but she had a lot of drugs with her.
No,
So I don't understand if you're working homes, then why do you have a scale with
Right.
you? Because that's, according to this, you had drugs, you had a scale in your purse, and there were baggies totaling 32.0 grams.
well, Your Honor, I was a heavy user back then and it was.
Oh, you're not, I tell you what, I don't think, and if I'm wrong, correct me. I don't think you were using 32 grams of meth.
It was, it was only 28.
No, you have meth here for 4.964 grams, and you also have meth for 27.459 grams. And what you pled to in count 2 was a possession 4 to 200 grams. So this is not a possession 1 to 4. So we're talking about 27 grams. And according to the stipulations, that what was found in your bag, it says, I searched her bag and inside a Paris Hilton makeup bag box were baggies, a scale, and crystal-like substance inside a cut vacuum sealed bag. That's from your Paris Hilton makeup bag.
Baggies. A scale. Hard drugs. H. Yeah, but she's only using when she's stressed, right? I mean, come on. That's like saying a bodybuilder meal preps his chicken and rice for the week, so maybe she's just meal prepping her meth? Taking her addiction a little more seriously with some organization? Honestly, at this point, it would almost be more believable than claiming she only uses it casually. You'd think more drug dealers would use that kind of strategy in court. Like, no, Your Honor, I'm just very disciplined with my meth use. It's ridiculous, but it honestly makes more sense than the sometimes excuse, because we all know that's complete BS. Props to the judge, though, for seeing right through her nonsense. The fact that she's sitting there lying after swearing an oath is wild. That could even open the door for extra charges. Lying under oath is perjury, though proving it in this case might be tricky. Still, it's so painfully obvious she's not telling the truth. She just needs to come clean already. Enough with the act. All right, let's dive back in.
So what I had, the meth was it was double bagged in a sandwich bag. So yes, ma'am, I know it was 20, but it's because that was my personal. I didn't have any other. And last time I went, they tried to only give me which was 14 grams. So I had to.
No, what I'm telling you is, they said the baggie found in Robert's pocket tested positive for meth and had a field weight of
That was
6.12
Robert's,
grams.
that wasn't mine.
No, I'm not saying that was yours. So the 6.12 grams that were found in his pocket, they're saying that was his. It was in his pocket. But the baggie, which was found in Missy's purse, tested positive for meth and had a field weight of 32.09 grams. Now, mind you, what they do in the field, I already know that testing drugs in the field are not legal for court. So I'm not considering the weight and what they said in the field. I'm considering what has been given to me for laboratory reports. So this was the professionals testing it, not a presumptive. And it says 27.459 grams was the net weight of the meth that you had in your Paris Hilton bag.
Yes, Your Honor. And I will say that I used to use a whole ounce within 2 to 3 days. So I was a heavy user, and like I said, they tried to give me half of that the last time, and right now it's going for 250. So if I'm paying 250, I wanted the whole thing. I wanted to make sure. I'm just being honest, and I'm sorry. Excuse me for being.
No, I
Transparent.
want you to be honest and I want you to be transparent.
I'm sorry for being transparent, but it's something that I feel like I worked for my money, and I didn't want just to get gypped again. I can promise you I didn't sell anything. It was because I've been gypped many times. So I did get it. Now it was double bagged because I don't know, that's the way they gave it to me. I can't, and it is my mistake, and I'm taking full responsibility, but I wasn't selling drugs. I wouldn't. I guess I have a job, and back then I was, a heavy user where I would just do it before work, after work, and I didn't have my children in my life. Now I do have my children back in my life, and I'm trying to be a good mom. So I thank you for, giving me an inpatient program.
Well, no, I'm not saying I'm going to give you
Oh, I'm
inpatient.
sorry.
What I'm saying is that you're not walking out of this courtroom today.
Mhm.
Either you're going to be going to prison or either you're going to be going to inpatient treatment. So it's very important that you be 100% honest with me, because I'm telling you, the state proceeded on a possession, but the amount of drugs you had and the way they were packaged, that's concerning for the court. So you're saying that you just bought a bunch of meth and you were saving it up for use?
So I would use within 2 to 3 days, that was all my personal. Like I said, they tried to sell me half of that one time, and I went back to the same person, but I said, I'm gonna weigh it myself to make sure I'm getting the right amount, because I'm an addict. I'm sorry, I am. And we're not.
So you travel with your own scale?
Well, at the time I did, because like I said, I've been gypped, and when you're an addict, that's all you think of, just how to get, make sure you're getting what you need.
Are you guys buying this? Like, at all? Because even if I were doing heavy drugs like this defendant, there's no way I'd be walking around with baggies and a scale. That's literally begging for a prison sentence. I mean, come on, just having the drugs on you is bad enough, but carrying the tools to package and distribute them? That's a whole different level. Legally speaking, simple possession is already a serious charge. But the second you add in stuff like baggies and a scale, you're basically telling the court, yeah, I'm dealing. You don't even have to say it. Your starter kit says it all. And that's exactly when the charges can jump from possession to trafficking or distribution, and that's where things get really ugly. So, what do you guys think? Is she just being reckless and dumb, or is she trying to play the system? Or maybe it's both. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious what you all think. Let's jump back in. She's about to get sentenced, and honestly, this could go very badly for her.
Honestly, I can see where I made my mistake, but I won't. I'm being honest with you. It was my skeleton measure, so my personal, that's it. And I don't know if Robert would tell you that was my personal as well. Like, I mean, I don't want to call him or anything, you can if you want to, but he would tell you that's what I used to pick up.
Oh, no, I'm not going to be
days.
calling Robert, because Robert probably has a case of his own.
Right. But I'm saying Robert can tell you too, within 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, really, it would have been gone, and I would have been back doing it again. Now I don't. It was kind of like a stress thing. And
Where did you get your drugs to use today before you came to court?
Just an old friend. I hadn't talked to him since, and it was on Saturday when I knew it was, coming, and I guess I felt, under pressure.
If
Yes.
I'd like to say something, I think the fact that she would actually go out and do the same drugs that she's about to get sentenced for in a couple of days, I think really speaks to the fact that she has a serious addiction problem that I think only rehab can treat. And if you decide that's ISF or SATF or SAFE, we understand that, but I think she really needs treatment.
All right, this is what the court is there anything else for me to say? All right, this is what the court is going to do. I see that she hasn't been to prison before. I'm going to find her guilty, sentence her to 6 years in the prison, the therapeutic community. There's to be no contact with Robert Marble. Give her credit for any time served, and I'll retain jurisdiction.
I'm not gonna lie, is 6 years fair here? I mean, yeah, we're talking about heavy drugs, which are insanely addictive and incredibly hard to get off of. And if she was distributing, then sure, it's serious. But still, I'm kind of torn on this one. 6 years is a long time. On one hand, maybe this time behind bars will give her a chance to reflect, get clean, and finally turn her life around. Honestly, this might end up being the best thing that ever happens to her, and I really hope that's the case. But on the other hand, I can't stop thinking about her kids. They're the real victims here. They're going to grow up without their mom, and no child deserves to go through that. That kind of absence can leave a lasting impact. So what do you think? Was the sentence too harsh? Not harsh enough? Somewhere in between? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on this one. Alright, let's dive back in and see how she reacts to the sentence.
Okay,
And you can explain to her what that means. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I'll tell them. So here's the thing. When I say that I'm going to retain jurisdiction, what that means is they're going to take you to prison. If you're following the rules at the prison, if you are working on yourself, because they have programs at the prison, your attorney can file a motion. It's called shock probation. Back when I was growing up, they would have scared straight programs. So shock probation is sort of a scared straight program. So hopefully when you go to prison, you will clear your mind.
Yes.
The drug use or the addiction that you have, the craving that you have will be lifted. And if you are doing
so
what you're supposed to do at the prison, if there are no bad reports at the prison, when your attorney comes back for a request for shock probation, I will strongly consider it. So while you're at the prison, you have 180 days. That's when he needs to bring it back before me before that time period. So you're going to do 6 months. And if you are doing well, if there are no write-ups against you, then the court will strongly consider giving you probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, I mean, these are going to be choices that you make. It's going to be completely up to you whether or not I strongly consider giving you probation. Your attorney will explain it to you further, but any programs that they have at the prison, like the therapeutic community, to address your issue, you need to take it. I know they have parenting classes at the jail. I don't know how long the transfer will be, but you need to take advantage of that. When you see people come before me and they've gone to anger management class, they've done parenting classes, they've availed themselves of everything at the jail and everything at the prison, that is what you need to do. You need to immediately sign up for it. If for some reason there's overcrowding and they don't give it to you, it would be better for you to have signed up for it than to just throw up your hands and say, I'm not trying. Do you understand?
Yes.
And next time, if you have a case before any judge, don't use before coming to court. You understand? But I do appreciate your honesty, but you're going to have to get your life in order. Otherwise, children is going to be without their mom. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. You're welcome.
thank you.
Now that the judge has handed down the full sentence, I've got to say, I think this was the right call. Personally, I think Judge Boy is solid. She usually makes the right decisions, and this one seems pretty fair to me. Even though the defendant straight up lied to her face, the judge still gave her some grace, 6 years, but with a chance to get out early after 6 months of good behavior. That's gotta feel like a win for the defendant, especially considering she was caught red-handed. But hey, that's addiction, right? It leads to lies, bad choices, and self-destruction even when the consequences are right in front of you. It's a tough situation, no doubt. But I also believe this might be exactly the wake-up call she needs. Sometimes tough love and real consequences are what it takes to turn a life around. I really hope she takes this opportunity seriously, especially for the sake of her kids. They deserve better. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Let me know what you thought about this court hearing in the comments. Was the sentence fair? Too harsh? Not harsh enough? I love reading your takes and hearing different perspectives. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more content like this. And if there are any court cases or hearings you think I should cover next, drop them in the comments too. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.